optionally, you can either take it or leave it, or throw in what other kind of numbers that you want. But today, when you look at the cover sheet here, you'll see all the different lines of programs that I can offer for this group. Dental, health, vision, life insurance. The next one's hospital, indemnity, and critical illness. That's a lot like what you hear from Aflac on TV. The same kind of programs, ours are just a little bit better. And then, the last one is juvenile life insurance. Juvenile life insurance, we'll talk about a little bit later. Okay. So if we open up to the first page, a lot of people come to me, and I'm sure there's several life insurance agents here in the group, and they'll probably hopefully confirm this, is that they'll say, well, just give me a basic life insurance policy. And I'm like, well, what is basic to you? A lot of times it's $50,000 or $75,000 or $100,000 of coverage. I think that is just about the appropriate amount. I'm just going to go through here real quickly. You can throw in some numbers for yourself if you wish, or you can just throw in the numbers that I'm going to throw out as averages. When you look at final expenses in section number 1, that's roughly about $10,000, depending on a lot of things. Family expenses, I just threw in $1,000 a month. Most people, it's going to be higher than that, but I'm being real conservative. Debt payments, let's put in $1,000 a month. Could be a lot more, again. So total estimate for immediate needs, roughly $12,000. That's immediate needs. That's what they talk about when you have final expense insurance. You want to have at least enough to cover those immediate needs, so nobody else has to worry about those challenges for you. When it comes to living expenses, that's section 2. Mortgage or rent. What they're talking about here is if you were to pay off your mortgage, what would it be? For me, I'm throwing in mine, which is about $450,000. So that's maybe a little low for some people, maybe high. It's just you can use whatever your number is, or just an average. For children's education, I looked this up last night. I was really surprised. My alma mater, Long Beach State University, it cost me about $250 a semester to go there. That's all it costs. That included books. Right now, if you go, each semester is $3,100. This is a Cal State University system. So for 4 years, it would be about $12,000. So you can throw that in there if you wish. If you don't have kids, don't worry about it. Family income, figure $1,000 a month for 10 years. That's $120,000. Total estimate for living expenses I had as an average about $580,000. So your total insurance need, you add everything up, and you come to just real roughly rounded off numbers, about $590,000. So that, in this situation, if I was to sit in front of that person, I would go through this process. And maybe some of you have been through it and done it yourself or whatever, but that is kind of an estimate that I think will be on the low side. I myself, using these numbers are kind of close to me, I carry over $1 million because there's something that's not covered in here, and it starts with an I. Thomas? Inflation. Inflation is not covered in here. So that's today's numbers. We don't know. Hopefully it'll be a long time this way, and maybe $1 million is not quite what $1 million seems like today. So anyway, that's the kind of process that I go through when I'm sitting with a client. And whether they take it or leave it, it's just not important, I think, for them to know. Okay, that going forward, the next page, there's always new things coming around in this industry. There's new little gimmicks, there's new wrinkles, there's new riders, which are things you can add on to the life insurance policy. But this program just came out, and it is significantly different. First of all, I've mentioned this before, because of lifespans and low interest rates now, the same amount of coverage costs less than it used to. So if you took out even a basic, what we call temporary insurance, it's term insurance, because it has a specific ending time. Boy, that's right. Sorry about the lasers coming off my shiny head. This one is significantly different. It has a lot of things we can add to the programs, and I'll go over that in a minute. But this particular one is brand new. It's from Transamerica. So we'll go to the next page. Now there's going to be opportunities here for cash and prizes. There's some gold coins in here and some other things. That's why it's so heavy. So I will ask a couple of questions. Before you look at this page, how many or what percentage of families with kids under 18 would would struggle to pay their bills if the homeowner or the major breadwinner passed?
99%.
85.
80%.
I say 95%.
75.
I haven't heard, well, okay, Dolores has it closest, it was 70%.
She read the
I
first
actually think,
sentence.
I didn't hear if anyone said it earlier. Now you can go ahead and read it. The draft. Some of them are quite valuable, some of them are not as.
Is that dental floss?
Look for the box.
I think you got the little dental floss.
I did, thank you.
Oh, dental floss?
Okay, so what this is saying, and you can read this a little bit later, it's just a brand new program that we can add a lot to it. Now, on the end of your pens, everybody should have like a highlighter pen. You actually unscrew the plastic end of it and it becomes a highlighter. Yeah? I'm sorry, okay,
Sorry.
there's more over there. But anyway, there's a couple things I want to highlight on here. These are some very, very unique items. So on the top where it says Trendsetter Super, I want to highlight where it says coverage options for those in their mature years. The ability to get a policy for $25,000 to $99,999 without the need for a medical exam.
Oh, that's me.
This is pretty big because final expense programs, as a lot of you know, I deal with a lot of seniors. That's a big niche in my market, people 65 plus. And it's sometimes very difficult to get them, even final expense insurance, which is maybe small, $10,000 or $20,000. I can now get them up to $100,000 without any kind of exam at all. There's a couple of questions, right? There are some questions where they don't have to, go through the whole paramed exam where they take the blood and do the blood pressure and all that stuff. So it's very easy to qualify for. That particular one is designed for those that are a little bit more mature in age. Okay, Trendsetter Express, the next one down. Please highlight offers coverage up to $200,000 and let's call it $250,000 without a medical exam. That's pretty big too, because generally, anything over about maybe $50,000 to $75,000 in coverage, you would have to go through that paramed exam I talked about. And a lot of people just hate the thought of needles because they have to draw some blood. They'll draw some blood. They'll maybe even ask you to pee in a cup, and nobody wants to be doing that stuff. So you can get up to $250,000 without. It's just a few medical questions. That's it. So one of the other things I like to highlight on that is monthly disability income rider, which is the same section, Trendsetter Express, can include a monthly disability income rider. Thank you. So what that means is you can add the ability if you were to lose your position for some reason due to an injury or an illness, and you were out of work for a while, this will actually pay your bills for you. The disability income rider. And lastly, the Trendsetter long LD option, living benefits. That can have a whole bunch of benefits, again, as to critical illness. So anyway, let me go past that now, and we'll get to key triggers. This is how you can help me with referrals. This is the next page. Key triggers that can identify a need for life insurance. So great referrals for me. A lot of times they're going to be pretty much like the people in this group because everybody in this group has friends, neighbors, family, relatives, maybe clients that are a lot like them. So you might have friends that have the same number of kids, and the kids are about the same age because that's how y'all get along. So anyway, if you happen to know any of these people, clients especially, that have been recently married, divorced, had a child, new home, they bought a new home or refinanced the current one. Any of those things you see on there are great, great triggers for me. Lastly, let me just tell a little story about why I do what I do, why I'm really passionate about it. There's two stories. I have time for one, maybe not even that. I have a very, very good friend who was a little bit younger than me, and he was a coach of my son's soccer team. And my son and the coach's son got to be really, really good friends, so through him I got to be great friends. He was a doctor at Kaiser, very, very, very good shape, took great care of himself, healthy guy's doctor, earned 5 times what I earned. Anyway, he passed away, did not believe in insurance, and I never wanted to bring it up. So, fact of the matter is, I didn't, and out of all the things, people that I know that have passed, I've actually given a check to. Now, this is the one that hurt the worst, because somebody that I knew, his kids were going to struggle. So anyway, my hope is to be an advocate